On this episode of Board Game Fight Club, we will be comparing two games by the same designer named Ignacy Shevchenko. We will be comparing First Martians to Robinson Crusoe. They are both an hour to 2 hours, depending on the scenarios, 1 to 4 players, and 14 and up. This is Robinson Crusoe. I will be telling you the basics so we can compare it to First Martians. Robinson Crusoe is like a TV show called Naked and Afraid. You have nothing. All you have are you and your friends. You are stranded on the island. You have to build your home. You have to find food. And you have to build your own fire. But in this game, you are not rescued after 21 days. These are 6 scenarios. In the beginning of the game, you would choose one to use. Then, you would choose a character. Each character has its own special abilities. The good thing about it is it has 2 sides, a girl's side and a boy's side. Each round, you go through these phases. You will move the morale to make it easier or harder. You can use actions to gather, explore, or build. To do those actions, you will place your tokens down on a space. If you place 2, you are guaranteed success, but limits the things you can do. If you place 1, you will roll a die to see what happens. When you have to draw a card, you will draw out of a certain deck based on the action. Some are good, most are bad. Sometimes effects can happen right away and can come back to bite you. You will continue through your scenario trying to reach your goal. You will explore, gather resources, build your shelter, improve your roof and fence, and build tools. In this scenario, you will have to survive and collect enough wood to make a signal fire. You will have a certain amount of days to do it. Most of the time, you will not succeed. This is the game First Martians. You are dropped in the movie The Martian, but your friends are still with you. Everything starts out good, but technology starts to malfunction, and you fix whatever you can while meeting your mission before you end up freezing, gasping for air while eating your poop potatoes. You will recognize several things from Robinson Crusoe. There are phases that you go through each turn. There is a morale track that makes it easier or harder, and because you live in closed quarters on Mars, there is a stress track that increases each turn until finally a fist fight breaks out. Then it will go back to 0. I know how that is. I have 2 brothers. Like Robinson Crusoe, there are 6 scenarios, but in First Martians, it also has 2 other campaigns. Each campaign has 5 other scenarios. So there's 16 scenarios in First Martians. Also in First Martians, there are characters. You will choose a character and have special abilities. Then you have a cube to track your health. They have new Martian technology where the cubes don't move around. Like in Robinson Crusoe, you can explore and discover. And you also have 2 new vehicles, Froggy and Scorpio. They grant you more tokens. You can use tokens where 2 tokens are guaranteed, while 1 token you'll have to roll the dice. One difference in First Martian, instead of worrying about your shelter, roof, and fence, you have to worry about all of the stations in a space hub. There is a system block where you have to manage your oxygen, solar panel for power, and farm for food. You have a living block where you have your crew quarters, medical lab, and control center. Your last block is the working block. You have to manage your exploration, gathering, research, which is new, and building. The challenge in First Martians is understanding how all the blocks work together and which malfunctions to fix. First Martians has an app. It helps guide you through the games and has way more events than could be on cards. Old people freak out when there is an app for a board game, but soon enough, I think all board games that are adventurous should have an app. People who play Robinson Crusoe would like to know, is First Martians just like Robinson Crusoe but in space? No, Ignacy could have made Robinson Crusoe on space and made a lot of money. But he didn't. He spent a lot of time on building the foundation of Robinson Crusoe and making an expanded game. It is a different feel and narrative, and focus is mostly on the 21st century of science. Ignacy was inspired by a quote from the first Martian movie where he said he solved problems by science taking the sugar honey iced tea out of it. Most people would say Robinson Crusoe and First Martians is not a family game. It is not a game that you can just pull off the shelf and play with casual players. If your family is looking for a cooperative game that has problem solving and a challenge, I would say yes and play one of these games. Robinson Crusoe has a theme most people will understand, working against nature. First Martians adds technology and systems engineering. Some people might find it drier, while others appreciate the scientific aspects. For our family though, there is room for both of these games. Hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel.